His hand was still on the door when the room went quiet. Nobody had told him to stop talking. He just did. And in that silence, every person at the table suddenly leaned forward, waiting to hear what he'd say next. That's not an accident. That's a weapon. And most people walk through life without ever learning how to use it. Here's what nobody tells you about respect. It isn't handed to the kindest person in the room. It isn't handed to the smartest one either. It's handed to the one who makes everyone else feel, without a single word, that they'd better pay attention. Most people never earn that. They spend their whole lives explaining, apologizing, and performing for approval that never quite arrives. Today, that changes. We're breaking down 7 behaviors drawn from the cold, calculating mind of Niccolò Machiavelli that flip the switch. Behaviors that make people stop overlooking you and start watching your every move. Stay until the end, because the 7th one is the reason some people are simply impossible to control and impossible to ignore. Before we go further, drop this in the comments. I command respect. Number 1. Learn to be comfortable with silence. Most people believe respect is earned through the right words. It isn't. More often, it's earned through the discipline to say nothing at all. Silence unsettles people. The second a room goes quiet, most rush to fill it. They over-explain. They defend themselves before anyone's even accused them of anything. They keep talking because some part of them believes more words equal more control. It's the opposite. The more you speak without purpose, the easier you become to read, to interrupt, to dismiss. Machiavelli never mistook noise for power. The person with real influence rarely feels the urge to speak first. They watch. They let others expose themselves while staying perfectly still. Think about the most commanding person you've ever been around. Did they fight for airtime in every conversation? Almost certainly not. They spoke rarely, and because of that, when they finally did, the room listened. Now picture the opposite type, the person who comments on everything, defends every criticism, narrates every decision before it happens. At first they seem confident. Eventually, they become predictable. And predictable people have nothing left to reveal. There's no mystery, no weight behind their words, because you already know exactly what they'll say. Picture this. Someone challenges your idea in a meeting. The instinctive move is to jump in immediately, talk faster, prove your point. Instead, you pause, you look at them, you let 2 full seconds of silence pass. Then you answer, slow and clear. That pause alone changes how you're perceived, not emotional, but deliberate, not defensive, but composed. Silence also protects you from your own worst impulses. Anger speaks too fast. Fear speaks too fast. Pride speaks too fast. Patience waits, and that habit alone has saved careers, friendships, and reputations that a rushed sentence would have destroyed. There's a second, quieter benefit almost nobody talks about. When you stay silent, people keep talking. They add details they never meant to share. They contradict themselves. They hand you information for free, simply because the silence made them uncomfortable enough to fill it. The quiet person in the room is usually the one who ends up knowing the most. This isn't a call to disappear. There are moments that demand your voice, and when they arrive, your words should carry weight because you didn't waste them on the empty spaces in between. Drop this in the comments. Silence builds power. Number 2, make decisions quickly. One of the fastest ways to lose respect isn't making the wrong call. It's refusing to make one at all. Plenty of people wait for certainty that will never come. They call it being careful. Most of the time, it's fear wearing a disguise dressed up as more research, one more opinion, or I'll decide tomorrow. Tomorrow turns into next week. Next week turns into never. And while all that hesitation is happening, the opportunity quietly walks out the door. Machiavelli understood something leaders forget constantly. No one ever has perfect information. The ones who move forward anyway and take ownership of the outcome earn far more trust than the ones frozen by the fear of being wrong. Think about who you actually trust in a crisis. Is it the person spiraling through every possible disaster scenario? Or the one who calmly says, "Here's what we're doing"? People don't follow perfect plans. They follow certainty. That doesn't mean every decision will land. It means the willingness to decide and to own what happens next is what separates leaders from bystanders. Picture a team meeting where a problem suddenly appears. One person lists every possible catastrophe. Another insists they need more time. A third refuses to commit because they don't want to be blamed if it goes wrong. Nothing moves. Then one person says, "This is our best option, let's go." That person might not always be right, but they instantly become the one everyone starts watching. There's a cost to constant delay that most people never notice. Every time you avoid a decision, you teach your own mind that fear outranks your judgment. Eventually, even small choices start to feel enormous. That habit doesn't stay contained. It spreads into conversations you avoid, opportunities you let pass, growth you quietly postpone. Here's the truth successful people understand. They aren't successful because they avoid mistakes. They're successful because they recover from them fast. A wrong decision teaches you something. No decision teaches you nothing. Every choice closes one door and opens another. Most people are so afraid of shutting the wrong one that they walk through none of them. That's not caution. That's paralysis, dressed up as wisdom. Drop this in the comments. I choose with confidence. Number 3. Stop needing everyone's approval. There's a habit that quietly dismantles confidence from the inside, and most people never notice it happening. It's the constant low-grade need to be liked. It sounds harmless enough. Who doesn't want to be liked? The problem starts the moment your choices are steered by the fear of disappointing someone else. Once approval becomes the priority, you stop living by your own standards and start managing everyone else's expectations instead. You say yes when you mean no. You stay quiet when something needs to be said. You agree with ideas you don't actually believe. Machiavelli saw this pattern clearly. People respect those who hold on to principles, even when it's inconvenient. They don't have to agree with you, they just need to know exactly where you stand. Consistency builds credibility. The person who shifts positions depending on who's in the room becomes impossible to trust. Picture two people in the same meeting. The first agrees with every suggestion, avoiding conflict at any cost. The second listens carefully, agrees when they mean it, and disagrees calmly when they don't. Which one would you actually trust to lead something important? Almost everyone chooses the second, not because they're louder, but because they're real. Chasing universal approval creates its own trap. The more available you make yourself, the more people expect from you. Your kindness stops being appreciated and starts being assumed. The first time you say no, they act shocked, not because you changed, but because they got comfortable with the version of you that never pushed back. That's exactly why a respectful no matters. It protects your time. It protects your energy. It protects your self-respect. Every yes you give to something that drains you is a quiet no to something that actually matters. Once you stop measuring your worth by other people's reactions, something shifts. You stop scanning faces for permission. You stop explaining decisions that were never anyone else's to approve. Instead of asking, "Will everyone like this?" you start asking, "Is this the right move?" That single shift changes how you carry yourself, and people notice quiet confidence long before they notice a performance. Drop this in the comments. I need no approval. Number 4. Don't reveal what bothers you. There's something people give away constantly without even realizing it, exactly what upsets them. Maybe it slips out during an argument, maybe through frustration, maybe just because the emotion is too strong to hide. Either way, the result is identical. The moment someone learns what rattles you, they've also learned exactly how to control you. Machiavelli understood emotion as a human constant, but he also understood the danger of letting someone else pull your strings. The person who stays steady while others search for a reaction always holds the stronger position. Think about how often this plays out. A small joke lands, and you get defensive. Someone questions a decision, and you scramble to justify it. Someone disagrees, and your entire mood shifts for the rest of the day. Every time that happens, you're handing over free information showing exactly which words flip your switch. Once someone knows that, they don't need to understand you. They just need to press the button. Two people receive the same piece of criticism. The first reacts instantly, raised voice, defensive posture, cutting the other person off mid-sentence. Everyone in the room can see they've lost control. The second stays calm, listens fully, and only responds if a response is actually necessary. Which one looks stronger? It isn't close. Strength isn't measured by the intensity of a reaction. It's measured by how composed you stay when everyone expects you to break. This isn't about faking numbness. It's about understanding that not every comment deserves your energy. Not every provocation deserves a reply. Some people aren't looking for a real conversation, they're hunting for a reaction, and the second they get one, they feel like they've won. Don't hand them that. The strongest people you know aren't emotionless. They just choose the right time, the right place, and the right person before they open up, protecting both their dignity and their judgment in the process. Drop this in the comments. I control myself. Number 5. Set boundaries and make people earn access to you. One mistake quietly lowers your value without you ever noticing. Being available to everyone all the time. It feels generous at first. You cancel your own plans so you don't disappoint anyone. You make yourself easy to reach, easy to interrupt, easy to lean on. But something shifts. Instead of appreciating your time, people start expecting it. What was once generosity becomes an assumption. Machiavelli's insight applies here perfectly. Value rises when access is limited. What's constantly available eventually becomes invisible. The first favor earns gratitude. The 10th earns expectation. The 20th is treated as an obligation. Nothing about you changed. People simply got used to unlimited access. That's why boundaries aren't walls that push people away. They're lines that protect your time, your energy, and your priorities. Without them, other people's plans slowly outrank your own. Picture two people again. The first answers every message instantly, accepts every invitation, drops everything the moment someone needs something. At first they're praised. Eventually, they're just assumed to always be there. The second person is just as reliable, but protects their schedule, finishing their own priorities before responding, saying no honestly when something doesn't fit. Which one has more control over their own life? The answer is obvious, and so is who people ultimately respect more. Boundaries also reveal character fast. The right people respect them. The wrong people fight them, and that reaction tells you far more about them than it tells you about yourself. Every yes you give away costs you something. Time isn't like money. You can always make more money, but you can never earn back yesterday. Protecting your schedule is, quite literally, protecting your life. You don't have to sacrifice kindness to hold a boundary. You can care about people without letting them run your calendar. Those are two entirely different things, and the sooner you separate them, the sooner your presence starts to feel intentional instead of automatic. Drop this in the comments. My time matters. Number 6. Let your actions speak louder than your promises. There's one habit that separates respected people from everyone else. They stop trying to convince anyone of anything and simply produce results instead. Plenty of people love announcing big plans, future goals, upcoming changes, promises delivered with excitement and total confidence. For a moment, it's impressive. Then time passes, and one quiet question always surfaces. Did they actually do it? Words grab attention. Only actions build belief. Machiavelli knew that reputation is constructed through repeated proof, not repeated claims. A single speech might inspire someone for a day. Consistent behavior shapes how they judge you for years. Think of someone who constantly says you can count on me, and then misses every deadline. Eventually their promises stop meaning anything. Now think of someone who rarely announces anything at all. They simply do what they said they'd do, over and over, without asking for applause. Over time, everyone starts depending on them, not because of what they said, but because of what they consistently delivered. That's how trust actually gets built, not in one dramatic moment, but through small, repeated choices nobody's watching. Looking committed lasts for a single conversation. Being committed lasts for years. And the difference between the two is discipline, not charisma. There's a practical bonus here too. Actions remove the need for arguments. You don't have to convince anyone you're reliable when your track record already proves it. You don't have to demand respect when your character has already earned it. Every promise you keep adds another brick to how people see you. Eventually, they stop wondering if you'll follow through. They already know. That kind of trust can't be borrowed. It has to be earned, one quiet, unnoticed choice at a time. Drop this in the comments. My actions define me. Number 7, be willing to walk away. There's one behavior that shifts how people treat you almost instantly: the willingness to walk away. Not out of anger, not to force someone to chase you, but because you understand your worth is bigger than any situation demanding you abandon it. Too many people stay where they're no longer respected. They stay in one-sided conversations, unfair arrangements, relationships where they're constantly overlooked because leaving feels like losing something they already have. Sometimes holding on is strength. Sometimes it's just fear wearing a patient disguise. Machiavelli understood that dependence weakens judgment. The person who believes they have no other option can be pressured and manipulated. The person who knows they can leave is nearly impossible to control because fear no longer drives their decisions. Picture a negotiation. One side desperately needs the deal to close. The other has other options on the table. Who stays calmer? Who speaks with more confidence? Who's less likely to accept unfair terms? Freedom creates composure. Desperation creates weakness every time. This isn't only about business. It's about the everyday moments where someone keeps dismissing your time, your ideas, your boundaries, and nothing changes, no matter how clearly you communicate it. Eventually, you have to decide: keep absorbing the same treatment or remove yourself from a situation that no longer deserves your energy. Respect doesn't appear because you demanded it. It follows the standards you actually live by, not the ones you talk about. When people see you're genuinely willing to leave unhealthy situations instead of tolerating them indefinitely, they understand your limits are real because you proved it, not because you announced it. Walking away isn't giving up the moment things get hard. Every meaningful goal requires patience. This is something different. Refusing to stay somewhere your character or your future is constantly being sacrificed. Some doors should stay closed. Some chapters should stay finished. The strongest people aren't the ones who can endure endless disrespect. They're the ones who recognize the exact moment endurance turns into self-neglect. Drop this in the comments. I always choose myself. Conclusion. So here's the final thought. The world is always watching, and over time, people notice patterns. They notice who stays calm when everyone else panics. They notice who decides instead of stalling. They notice who protects their peace, keeps their word, and refuses to settle for less than their worth. That's how respect gets built, not through one conversation or one achievement, but through small behaviors repeated every single day. People will always have opinions about you. You can't control that. What you can control is the example you set the moment you walk into a room, face a challenge, or respond under pressure. So don't chase the appearance of power. Build the discipline instead. Don't beg for approval. Build character. Spend less energy trying to impress people and more energy becoming someone who no longer needs to. Because when your habits change, your presence changes. And once your presence changes, the way the world responds to you changes with it. Respect is never demanded. It's built quietly, consistently, in the moments nobody else is watching. If this landed for you, hit like so more people can find it. Share it with someone who needs to hear it today. And if you want more on Machiavelli, psychology, and strategic discipline, subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss what's next. Until next time, stay calm, stay disciplined, and never give anyone a reason to underestimate you again.